things that I used to find strange. 3 for the struggle, 4 for the flight. Stepping out of darkness and into the light. I'm shedding the layers of the person I was. Not for the glory, but just because. The 4 for timing is the heartbeat of me. Unlocking the lock so the spirit can be free. It's a metamorphosis. Right on the beat, feeling the transformation from my head to my feet. Changing my skin in the middle of the song. Finding the place where I finally belong. Steady as a metronome, fluid as a stream. Waking up slowly inside of the dream. The baseline is pulling the weight of the past, leaving the shadows that I used to cast. I'm breathing in counts of 4, deep and wide, with nothing to fear and with nothing to hide. The snare is a signal, a call to the new, polishing the spirit until the light comes through. Oh, I used to be static, I used to be still. Now I'm the motion and I'm the will. It's a metamorphosis. Right on the beat, feeling the transformation from my head to my feet. Oh, it's a metamorphosis. Right on the beat, feeling the transformation from my head to my feet. I can feel the pulse, I can feel the shift. Everything I lost was a kind of a gift to get me to here, to get me to now, to the when and the where and the why and the how. Break the cycle, keep the flow. Watch how the beautiful things grow. It's a metamorphosis. Right on the beat, feeling the transformation from my head to my child voices in the night, repeating fragments of dreams. City lights reflecting truths in invisible beams. The skyline glitter, but the silence stay loud. Every soul in the crowd, just another lost cloud. Dreams moving fast like the trains underground, while the echo of ambition keep the pulse of the town. The billboards preach happiness, polished and bright, but the back streets confess what they hide from the light. I seen prophets disguised as janitors sweep, while the kings of deception sell illusions and cheap. In the mirrors of the city, every face multiply. Some reflect ambition, some reflect a lie, but identity deeper than the roles we perform. Like the calm at the center of a cultural storm. In the rhythm of survival, keep the heart in motion. Like a ship finding peace in the depth of the ocean. So I speak for the quiet, the lost and alone, turning fragments of truth into verses of stone. Mirrors of the city show the soul inside. Every light in the skyline got a truth too high, but the spirit see clearer when the ego aside. In the mirrors of the city we collide. Mirrors of the city showing shadows in gold. Every dream in the night got a story untold, but the truth stay alive when the courage applied. In the mirrors of the city we collide. Now, the sirens sing harmony with subway breaks, while the poets write prayers for the risk we take. Every alley got wisdom encoded design, like graffiti philosophers painted in rhyme. They say power is measured in numbers and fame, but the loudest applause rarely nourish the flame. True wealth in the silence between the breath, where the soul understand every life and death. So I walk through the city like a student of time, every block like a verse in a cosmic rhyme. And if tomorrow erase every building we own, the stories we carry would still be known. Mirrors of the city show the soul inside. Every light in the skyline got a truth too high, but the spirit see clearer when the ego aside. In the mirrors of the city we collide. Mirrors of the city showing shadows in gold. Every dream in the city we collide. Mirrors of the city we collide. Truth don't always wear a crown.
Prophets in hoodies walking midnight blocks, dropping quiet wisdom while the timeline talks. Every era crucified, the voice too real. To the future finally understand the deal. They love loud kings with the borrowed gone, or fear the one who stand alone. Truth don't beg to a radio spin, it just echo long after the trend. And prophets in hoodies speaking low, truth in places you won't go. Seeds of wisdom in the street, where the broken and the holy meet at. History full of the doubted ones. Every genius once called a nuisance, son. What the crowd chase out through a golden lens. Wisdom planting roots in the quiet it ends. The loudest crown fade quicker than the summer song, but truth stay breathing centuries long. You can silence the man, but the words still run like thunder after the lightning done. Prophets in hoodies speaking low, truth in places you won't go. Listen close, wisdom whisper, glory shout. Yeah. Listen close, listen close, listen close, wisdom whisper, glory shout. Oh, prophets in hoodies still arise to survive in every life. The quiet ones remember everything.
Windows blurred like a watercolor dream. The world is melting at the every seam. I'm watching the droplets race down the glass, waiting for the heavy gray clouds to pass. But there's a cleansing in the way the sky cries, a hidden truth behind the weather's lies. It's a rainwater metaphor washing the soul, making the thirsty parts finally feel whole. Let it fall on the concrete, let it soak into the grain, finding the rhythm in the middle of the rain. Not a storm to be feared, but a song to be heard, the clearest message without a single word. My past is a puddle that's starting to clear. I'm watching the reflections of my oldest fear, but the ripple is beautiful, the ripple is wide. I got nothing left to bury or hide, so I'll stand on the corner with my head held high, drinking the nectar of a weeping sky. Everything's fresh, everything's new. The world is a mirror in a shade of blue. Washing Motown lessons in a boom bap rhythm. Listen. Yeah. I grew up where the train lines shake the night air, where ambition wears sneakers and hope say prayer, where the dream bigger than the rent due Friday, but the system got taxes on every highway. Teachers talking success in a polished tone, but the block had lectures of its own. Every cracked sidewalk carried coded advice. Every lost wrote wisdom in invisible ink. Twice seen the young king fall, chasing glitter and fame, while the quiet ones slowly building a name. Everybody want fast money, bright like the sun, but the brightest fires burn out when they run. So I scribble every verse like the wall was a page, trying to document the truth of the concrete age.
Street philosophy in the rhythm I speak, knowledge in the drum and the truth in the beat. You can chase the crown or the spotlight glow, but the soul know things the charts don't show. Street philosophy in the pulse of the street, every heartbeat sync with the beat. You can buy applause, but you can't buy soul. That's the tax every legend had to pay in full.
Nowadays, love measured out in notifications. Everybody flexing, curated sensations. Real affection slower than the culture allow, but the strongest roots grow deep underground. Seen a couple break cause the timeline loud, trying to prove happiness to the crowd, but intimacy fragile under digital light. When validation become addiction at night, I had friends trade truth for a glamorous role, started polishing masks for the sake of the show, but the mirror still whisper when the room gets still, asking what part of yourself you had to kill. So I keep every rhyme like a personal oath, trying to keep something real in the flow.
Street philosophy in the rhythm I speak, knowledge in the drum and the truth in the beat. Street philosophy in the rhythm I speak, knowledge in the drum and the truth in the beat.
Yeah. Hip-hop raised me like a cousin in the hall, where the speakers in the window made the summer feel tall, where the DJ cut vinyl like a revolutionary blade, and the microphone turned pain into a parade. It was poetry rap in a kick and snare, philosophy floating in the air. Every cipher felt like a midnight school, where the sharpest minds never followed the rule. Now the industry packaging culture for sale, but the roots still breathing under every detail. As long as the rhythm still echo in the street, the rebellion still living inside the beat. Slow down.
Hear the vinyl spin, every generation start again. Street philosophy in the rhythm I speak, knowledge in the drum and the truth in the beat. Oh, street philosophy in the rhythm philosophy. Oh, street philosophy in the rhythm I speak. Oh, street philosophy in the rhythm I speak. Oh, knowledge in the drum and the truth in the beat. Oh, street philosophy, street philosophy, street philosophy in the rhythm I speak. Street philosophy in the rhythm I speak, knowledge in the drum and the truth in the beat. Oh, boom bap scripture. City wisdom. Boom bap scripture. City wisdom. Looking through the glass at the 5 a.m. haze, counting all the ways to survive the maze. The radiator's knocking like a dead at the door, while we're searching for the spirit on the kitchen floor. Corporate shadows getting longer than the block, but you can't put a price on the tick of the clock. I see the wisdom in the way the neighbor holds a child, a moment of peace where the world is wild. It's a rhythmic devotion, a circle in the sand, holding on to faith with a steady hand. The day is loop on a dusty machine, living for the beauty and the space in between. Yeah, the ledger is heavy, but the spirit is free. They're selling
giving us a heaven that we can't afford to rent. While the soul is wondering where the season went. The corner store prophet's got a 40 and a drink. Explaining how the truth isn't always what it seems. He says the math of the universe is written in the grave. And the only way to grow is to welcome the rain. I'm just a witness to the pattern of the street, finding the grace in every person that I meet. Higher than the skyline, deeper than the grave, finding the sun in a different kind of way. The walls are breathing and the sky is a gift. A sudden elevation, a spiritual shift, breaking the cycle of the mechanical lie to find the internal rhythm that'll never die. It's a rhythmic devotion, a circle in the sand, holding on to faith with a steady hand. The day is a loop on a dusty machine, living for the beauty and the space in between. Yeah, the ledger is heavy, but the spirit is free. 300 degrees of lessons. Walk in a circle back to the start. I found a ticket stub in the pocket of my winter coat, a relic of a season when I was barely staying afloat. I remember the salt on the pillow and the heavy gray sky, when I thought the world ended every time you said goodbye. But looking at your name now is like reading a foreign tongue, a song that my spirit no longer feels like it's among. It's a strange kind of weather, this cold and clinical light, where the ghost of the fever finally vanished from my sight. It's the anatomy of a mirage, a trick of the thirsty soul, trying to make a broken rhythm feel like it's finally whole. I'm tracing the geometry of how I used to call you mine, but I can't find the frequency or the reason in the line. Yeah, the memory is vivid, but the love is a hollow root. The city's still moving in its predictable iron grind, but the version of me that loved you is getting harder to find. I see the couples on the corner trading their peace for a lie, and I wonder what mirror I was using just to get by. It's not even anger, just a quiet and curious space, where I can't recognize the holiness I saw in your face. Survival is a teacher with a ribbon and steady hand, building a garden where I used to have nothing but sand. Suddenly the fog is lifting,
the architecture is clear. I'm looking at the exit and I've got nothing left to fear. The math of the heart is shifting, the variables are gone. Walking through the wreckage just to find a different dawn. It's a sudden elevation, a break in the ancient chain, finding the logic inside the center of the rain. It's the anatomy of a mirage, a trick of the thirsty soul, trying to make a broken rhythm feel like it's finally whole. I'm tracing the geometry of how I used to call you mine, a soulful frequency, keeping the chaos out of my mind. Yeah, the memory is vivid, but the love is a hollow. Just 360 degrees of clarity, searching for the pulse I used to feel. In the night, in the It starts in the corner of a wandering night, a tiny spark beneath the morning sky, a chemical reaction, a sudden release, the internal architecture of a moment of peace. It's the way the muscles relax in the cheek, a silent language that even the shy ones speak. No heavy lifting, no complicated plan, just a simple gift falling into my head. Oh, it's the anatomy of a smile so light and free, the geometry of how you're looking at me, the curve of the lip that can break every chain, a little bit of sunshine in the middle of the rain. It's effortless, baby, it's natural law, the prettiest thing that the world ever saw. I see it in the baker, I see it in the park, the way a single flicker can brighten up the dark. It's contagious, it's a ribbon kind of grace, moving like a wave across a tired face. I'm documenting every dimple in line, tracing the map of a feeling so fine. It doesn't cost $1, it doesn't take a lot to find the golden treasure in the center of the plot. Oh, it's the anatomy of a smile so light and free, the geometry of how you're looking at me. Looking at the towers where the money breathes, while we're down here shaking all the fallen leaves. They got a barcode for the rhythm of your day, turning every color into corporate gray. The elevator's rising to a floor I can't reach, ignoring all the lessons that the pavement has to teach. But my internal clock doesn't follow their grid, keeping all the secrets that the master plan hid. It's the glass labyrinth, the cycle of the squeeze, finding my own spirit in the urban breeze. The rhythm of the struggle is a sacred heavy line, reclaiming all the minutes of the life that is mine. Yeah, the glass is cold, but the heart is still fine. The head
Headlines are talking about a growth on a chart, while we're measuring the rhythm of a beating heart. Political echoes in the hall of mirrors and gold, trading our tomorrow for a story that's old. I see the brothers standing where the sunlight fell, surviving through the static and the system scales. Faith is a frequency that they can't intercept, a spiritual promise that the ancestors kept. Higher than the penthouse, deeper than the fear, a sudden elevation as the vision gets clear. The walls are transparent, the ceilings are gone, walking through the shadows to find a new dawn. A break in the sequence, a glitch in the plan, finding the divinity inside of the man. It's the glass labyrinth, the cycle of the squeeze, finding my own spirit in the urban breeze. The rhythm of the struggle is a sacred heavy line, reclaiming all the minutes of the life that is mine. Yeah, the glass is cold, but the heart is still fire. Is a cathedral for the tired and the brave, watching the neon flickers on the asphalt wave. The driver's eyes are heavy, but his hands are steady on the wheel, while the city tries to dictate exactly how we're supposed to feel. I see a mother whispering scriptures into her coffee cup, a silent rebellion, refusing to ever give it up. The system says we're cogs, just numbers on a digital screen, but there's a holy frequency vibrating in between. It's the pulse in the pavement, the rhythm of the slow climb, finding the eternal inside of a borrowed time. My faith is unquantized, moving in the space of the nudge, a spirit that the boardroom and the ledger can't judge. Yeah, the clock is ticking, but the soul is standing still. The skyscrapers look like tombstones from this far down, a kingdom built on shadows in a weary, restless town. I'm watching the streets, sweepers cleaning up the Friday debris, wondering if the struggle's what it takes to finally be free. We're trading our hours for a paper that's turning to dust, but we're searching for a person or a promise we can trust. But I see a garden growing in a cracked up parking lot, a reminder of the beauty that the master plan forgot. Suddenly the gray is turning into a golden hue, a different kind of perspective, a different kind of view. The walls are thin, but the light is breaking through the grain. I'm stepping out of the cycle and stepping out of the rain. Higher than the transit line, deeper than the city's light, finding my own gravity beneath this heavy sky. It's the pulse in the pavement, the rhythm of the slow climb, finding the eternal inside of borrowed time. My faith is unquantized, moving in the space of the nudge, a spirit that the boardroom and the ledger can't judge. Yeah, the clock is ticking, but the soul is standing still. Ooh. Let's
memory, a shell on the floor. I don't need the heavyweight anymore. I'm stepping out onto the fire escape, watching the city take a brand new shape. The wind is a whisper, calling my name. I'll never look at the pavement the same. From the gutter to the clouds, it's a long way up, but I'm drinking the sky from a crystal cup. Feet off the ledge, heart in the air, leaving the ghost of my oldest despair. The gravity's loose and the spirit is tight. I'm catching the current of the neon light. I'm an urban butterfly, wings made of steel and silk, floating over honey and the morning milk. Color in the gray with the gold in my veins, rising above all the noise and the change. It's a concrete garden, and I'm finally in bloom, finding my light in the middle of the gloom. Fly past the windows of the 9-to-5 grind, leaving the stress and the hurry behind. I see the world from a bird's eye view. Everything's ancient, everything's new. I'm a silent wonder in a loudmouth town, the only one rising while the rest look down. My patterns are complex, my colors are rare, a soulful vibration in the midnight air. Urban butterfly, wings made of steel and silk, coloring the gray with the gold in my veins. Higher than the rooftops, higher than the fear. The atmosphere is quiet, the vision is clear. I can see the beauty, I can see the plan. I'm doing exactly what they said I never can fly. Just fly. They want my anger, they want my loud, they want me drifting in a stormy cloud. But I choose the silk, I choose the slow, watching the seeds of my quietness grow. There's a power in the way I hold my cup, while the world is busy tearing itself up. A revolution in a whisper, a coup and a sigh, keeping my peace while the chaos goes by. This is my velvet resistance, smooth and deep, the kind of secrets that the wise ones keep. Not every battle needs a drum and a blade. Some are one in the cool of the shade. Staying soft is the hardest thing to do in a world that's trying to harden you. My skin is a shield made of honey and light. I don't need to scream just to prove I am right. I'm weaving a tapestry out of the calm, a healing vibration, a spiritual balm. Let them have the friction, let them have the heat. I'll be the cool side of the pillow on the street, a steady frequency of velvet lined soul, keeping my dignity
perfectly whole. This is my velvet resistance, smooth and deep, the kind of secrets that the wise ones keep.
Dust on the record like memory preserved. Every groove in the vinyl, a lesson observed. The needle drop heavy like truth on a beat. Every crack will remind where the past and present meet. Old records whisper wisdom through the hiss of the sound, like ancestors speaking when the rhythm spin around. This culture was born in the shadow of pain, but the drum turned suffering into refrain. Turntables became a cathedral of voice, where the unheard children finally had a choice. From Bronx Park jams to the world stage bright, the poetry survived every industry fight, but some lost direction chasing glittering charts, forgetting the revolution started in hearts. So I honor the vinyl like scripture and wax. Every sample a bridge from the future to past, cause a loop can carry a century tone when the truth in the rhythm is fully grown.
Spin the vinyl, let the wisdom unfold. Every groove got a story that the streets once told. From the needle to the soul, let the frequency roam. It's the vinyl testament carved in tone. Spin the vinyl, let the memory breathe. Every rhythm hold the truth we refuse to leave. If the beat's still alive, then the culture stay grown. It's the vinyl testament carved in tone.
I remember the basement speakers shaking the night, while the DJ cut samples sharper than light. James Brown and fragments stitched into a drum, turning history itself into where we come from. The poet spoke rhythm like prophets in code. Every rhyme carried maps for a spiritual road. Not just music, but survival and art. A renaissance beating inside of the heart. But the industry polished the edges away, turning rebels and thinkers to products to play. Still the essence remain in the crate where it slept. Every dusty old record, a promise we kept. So let the vinyl spin like the planet we ride. Every groove like a river where ancestors glide. And when the needle finally reached the unknown, let the truth in the rhythm guide us back home.
Spin the vinyl, let the wisdom unfold. Every groove got a story that the streets once told. From the needle to the soul, let the frequency roam. It's the vinyl testament carved in tone.
Static in the speakers, like spirits and cold. Every loop carry pieces of the road when the past and the future align in the tone. That's the vinyl testament fully grown.